Hi, guys. Good evening, and welcome back once again to The Edward. I'm your host, Eddie, and in today's video, I will be discussing what I thought of the latest and so very good new season of Stranger Things Season 4, Volume 1, which dropped today on Netflix, Volume 2, which will be the final 2 episodes of Season 4, but certainly not the final episodes of the series, as the show has been confirmed for a 5th and sadly final season, but all good things must come to an end. I'm here to tell you what I thought about Volume 1 for Season 4, which is the first 7 episodes. So just to be absolutely clear, so I don't inadvertently ruin or spoil anything for anybody, I have just finished binging and watching all 7 episodes of Volume 1. I have seen it from beginning to end. It's what I've been doing all day. I know, productive as hell. So the point is, I'm going to be discussing spoilers for pretty much all 7 episodes at different points throughout this video, where I won't be able to say spoiler alerts right before I say anything. So watch this video with extreme caution, or if you're not done watching Volume 1 yet, don't keep watching or listening to this video, as I'm going to be dropping some bombshells. So spoiler warning is issued. You've been warned. Let's dive right back into it. First and foremost, huge improvement over Season 3. Season 3, I liked parts of it, but it was not my favorite season. Season 2 remains to be my personal favorite of the whole show. But I liked parts of Season 3, but what frustrated me about Season 3 is that they felt like they redid and recycled the same storyline, which was Mind Flayer is trapped in our world, trying to open the gate to get back and trying to take out Eleven and her friends while doing so. That was pretty much the premise for Season 2, except in Season 2, it was trying to use Will as a human vessel, where in Season 3, it was Billy, and then Billy ended up paying for it with his life. So I wanted to see something that was a fresh, an original story and not a repeat of a previous season. In my opinion, that's what Season 4 did. It was actually quite reminiscent of the ensemble fantasy epic Avengers Infinity War, where you've got multiple characters you know and love on multiple different missions, stories, and journeys, some of them overlapping with one another, some not yet, but they will soon. And they all are striving towards the same collective goal or mission, whether they realize it in that moment or not. And I feel like that's what Volume 1 of Stranger Things Season 4 has been so far, which made it very, very enjoyable. It was actually quite easy to keep track of all the overlapping stories that are spanning across multiple countries and places with multiple characters. It was quite easy to follow. I think the thing that I took some notes while watching it, and I'm basically going to talk about some high points here. I loved the fact that Dustin is still with Susie, although I hate that her super religious father does not really approve of the relationship, so that's kind of funny but kind of sad. I also love the Ferris Bueller reference, where he got her to hack into his school system so that she could change his grade so he's passing Spanish or whatever class that was. Oh, God, I love Argyle and Eddie. That is the one complaint I do have about the first half of this season. I hate how we're introduced to an awesome, funny, new, rebellious character like Eddie, who's extremely likable, and I share the same name with, but that's not the only reason I like him. But I hate the fact that he has basically had to hide pretty much this whole season. Like, he's been sought after wrongfully for Chrissy's death and the other murders that were carried out by Vecna. Great new villain, by the way. But I didn't like how Eddie's had to hide this whole time. He's had decent screen time, but I wish he didn't have to hide the whole time, because I'm like, oh, great, a new friend and ally. This is great. Oh, no, he spent the whole season being wanted for murder. But it is what it is. Let's see. I liked the parts that cracked me up, how they're trying to get kids to replace Lucas during his basketball game in the first episode. Not even the chess kids will play with them, which I thought was funny. Erica being recruited was hilarious and fitting as hell. I think Will has been nursing a crush on Mike probably for the entirety of this series, or at least for this season, because it feels like the poster or the painting that he's been painting is most likely a painting of Mike, whom he loves, because Will is either gay or bisexual, which either one, totally fine. But unfortunately for Will, Mike most likely is not bisexual, as he seems to be as straight as an arrow for Eleven. And I have felt so bad for Will all season. I know exactly how it feels to be the third wheel amongst all your friends who seem to have somebody in their lives, and you're just standing there third wheeling, basically. whether they enjoy your company or not, and most of the time they do. So my heart's just been breaking for Will all season. But as the show went along, the action picked up. I felt, no, it's not that I didn't feel sorry for him, but other things were distracting me. I love that Robin and Steve are working in a video store. Seems fitting. Oh God, Stoner Jonathan is hysterical. Like when they're doing the dinner scene with Murray and Joyce trying to tell the kids they're going on a business trip when they're really going to Alaska, and Jonathan's totally out of it. Hysterical. Argyle also hysterical. New funny favorite character. I always like how Steve ends up with a long object as a weapon, whether it's a baseball bat or whatever else he's used over the years. I love how he just happens to grab a floor lamp, a long floor lamp as a weapon, which I thought was pretty funny and cool. Nancy and Robin being a comedic duo while trying to interview Robert Englund's character. Funny, both before and after, and then even long after since that, how they seem to be becoming fast friends. I really dig that. And Robin being an excellent bullshitter with the guy who's running the mental asylum. That was quite funny and quite clever, I thought. And then a thing that I really enjoy about this season is that Hopper, one of my favorite characters, is far more likable this season. He was such an unlikable, erratic douchebag, for lack of a better term, in season 3. He had his highlights and his moments, but overall I thought he was so unlikable. The whole Miami Vice thing, I just did not dig it. I like him a lot more as a cynical prisoner, honestly. He is far more likable and much more like how he was in seasons 1 and 2 when I first, fell in love with him. So I love that Hopper, in my opinion, is far more likable this season than he was in the previous season. So overall, I also love the fact that, I saw the Vecna #1 twist thing coming. Well, let me rephrase. I wasn't shocked when he revealed to 11, oh, he's been #1 this whole time. Very predictable, saw it coming. Not a huge complaint. I just thought it was a bit predictable. And then I started to get increasingly suspicious as he started to tell his story to both 11 and then Nancy simultaneously seeing the flashbacks with the Creel family. I'm like, oh, that son of a bitch is Vecna, isn't he? And sure enough, he is. So again, a bit predictable. But on the other hand, I do love the fact that it wasn't just another form, a physical form or version of the Mind Flayer. Because I was under the impression the Mind Flayer was dead by the end of season 3, like dead for good. So Vecna was either the mastermind pulling the strings this whole time throughout the entirety of the series, or he was just a brand new villain and character altogether. And it turns out that's exactly what he was. He was #1, the first little miracle child in Brenner's project. I also kind of don't like that they brought Brenner back, although he doesn't seem as evil and as cold as he was in season 1. But, time will still tell. So we'll see. But despite the whole it being a bit predictable that one turned out to be Vecna, and of course that guy, that orderly, turning out to be one as well. Despite that being predictable, I do like the fact that Vecna is a scary looking, awesome new villain who isn't the Mind Flayer. So the show, basically overall, this season is a huge improvement because it is not a repeat or recycling of a previous season, which was my biggest complaint with season 3, that it felt like it recycled the exact same plot line with a few tweaks and twists here and there from season 2, which is my personal favorite season. And you think, well, if you like season 2 so much, why didn't you like season 3? Because I wanted to see something different. And with this season, it feels like we are getting something different. So that's why I like it so much. And I hope you guys liked volume 1 too, just as much as I did. What did you think of this first half of season 4? Like it, love it, hate it? Did anything surprise you? Anything scare you? Oh, I love those bad things. Those bad things are awesome. I was hoping for some creature action, and unfortunately it was towards the end of this first half of this season, but it was still very satisfying to watch. I just hope Steve doesn't die of poisoning from the bat's venom or whatever they might carry. But they look creepy and good as hell too, so I was hoping for scary creature action, and Steve fighting them off and then the other older kids joining in was pretty awesome as well too. So great first half. Hope you guys liked it too. Thank you so much for watching my season 4 volume 1 review of Stranger Things. It's currently streaming on Netflix. Don't miss it. It's fun, and I can't wait for the next 2 episodes dropping July 1st in about over a month from now. So yay. Have a great one, everyone. Great weekend if I don't see you. And of course, until next time, may the force be with you.